guys, welcome back to Happy High Tarot. I am back again with another pickacard reading. In today's reading, we will see what is your past life karma because of which you've been suffering in this life. Alright? If you would like to take a personal reading with me, you can send me an email on happyhightarot@gmail.com. You can also follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, the links to which you can find in my description box below. Alright, so this is pile number 1. This is a red crystal. For pile number 2, we have this shiny black crystal. For the ease of everyone, I'm not naming them. And for pile number 3, we have this purple crystal. This being my favorite, I'm going to go ahead and take its name. It's called amethyst. Alright, you will find the timestamps in both the comment section as well as in the description box. So pause the video, meditate on the crystals, choose whichever one's calling out to you the most, and let's get started. Hello group number 1, if you guys chose this red crystal, let's see what your past life karma was. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. So from the tarot we have King of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, and Six of Wands. Alright, group number 1, what this tells me about you is that in your past life, you guys for sure were very, very influential. Either you had your own kingdom which you ruled and you were a very ruthless ruler at that, or you had your own business, you guys were entrepreneurs. Regardless, you guys sucked at maintaining work-life balance. Your sole focus was on expanding your kingdom. And when I say expanding your kingdom, of course, for some of you who were actual rulers, I mean legit expanding your kingdom, and for the rest of you, I mean expanding your business empire. What this also means is that you were singularly focused on just minting more and more money, and you completely ignored your family life over that. You were obsessed with money and material things to a point where your back was completely turned away from the home front. You see how the king and queen are not looking at each other, and you see how if you compare the Queen of Wands with the Six of Wands, you can just pick up on this longing over here, which is not being matched, it's not being reciprocated. And this brings us back to square one with the King of Wands, Page of Swords, and Knight of Wands lineup. You were very enthusiastic and very passionate about whatever it is that you did in your past life. But like I said, you did not pay enough attention and you did not spare enough time to the people waiting for you back home. You didn't care as much. And what it has essentially done for you in this life is that every time you begin a new project or take up something with a lot of passion and enthusiasm, it doesn't turn out the way you hope it would. You're met with failures. The second message is that in this life, you guys, whatever it is that you're doing right now, it's more out of necessity and obligation and less out of passion. You haven't so far been able to make a career out of what it is that you truly love. Also, the people back home, your family, there's someone very, very controlling who just doesn't let you be. And no matter how hard you try from your end to make things work, something or the other just always seems to happen and things just don't go your way. And you're very hopeful. You always are, every time you begin something new, you're enthusiastic, you put in the time, you put in the effort. But then the results are not in accordance to the work that you've put in. And like I mentioned previously, there's someone in your family who has always and still does try to hold you back. They don't let you explore your full potential. This can be a very controlling father figure or mother figure, not necessarily your mom and dad, and someone whom you regard that way. Your enthusiasm in this life ever since you were a child has always been curbed, no matter what it was. For instance, if there was a particular hobby of yours that you wanted to explore and take up as a career, but you were forcefully made to choose a more practical stream, and that is the reason why now you have a job, but you're not in love with your job. You don't like the work that you do. You're doing it only because it pays your bills, and not because you're very enthusiastic about it. In your love life also, group number 1, you would hope for more reciprocity from your partner, but you don't get it. You would hope for more time and attention from your partner, but you don't get it. Again, this is a general reading. If this is not resonating with your current situation, try choosing another pile or taking a personal reading if you would like. Regardless, you have faced a lot of difficulties, especially, it's, how do I put this? It's come to a point where now you feel very hesitant the moment you start getting excited about something. You deliberately try not to get very pumped up about something because you start getting this very heavy feeling that, oh, what's the point? I'll just be met with disappointment like I always have. That's a bummer. Alright, now let's see what additional messages we have for you from your for who you used to be in your past life. Okay, so we have visionary, which says selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So here's the thing. One of the prime reasons why in this life you're not super successful in turning your hobby or your passion into your career is because in your previous life you literally just sold it. You compromised on your integrity, you compromised your originality to whomsoever would give you the maximum amount of money. You were all about money, money, money. And because you did not respect the talent, the gift that Spirit had bestowed you with in your past life, in this life, you're having problems with it. And then the second card that we have is Angel, which says acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. You might have also pretended to be this know-it-all person who has psychic powers and can, you might have duped people by falsely pretending to be a psychic and made money out of that. And how the karma is paying off in this life is that you, in this life, group number 1, might have been duped more than once by people falsely claiming to be psychics. You might have paid them to get readings or whatever, or you might have paid them and they would have given you different objects, put them here, put them there, and this will work out for you and that will work out for you, but nothing happens. They just basically rob you of your money is all. They're imposters. That's because you was once such an imposter yourself. Alright, now let's see what message does Spirit have for you in this regard. I'll be making a separate video on karma cleansing, so make sure to check that out as well. Spirit, what message would you like to give group number 1? That's too many. Spirit, one message please. One most pressing message that you would like to give group number 1. Fine, I'll just take both. So the first one says higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required for further progress. I would say this is with regards to your experience with whatever hardships you're facing in your relationships and career so far. So you basically need to analyze. See, you can't control the way other people are behaving, right? More often than not, those are just reactions to our actions. So what we can do is change the way we behave, and hopefully then the reaction, the responses that we get will also change. And then we have Divine Alchemy, which says move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. So this is a very, very sweet message of hope from Spirit. Spirit knows that because of your past life karma, you are facing challenges in this life, but Spirit is advising you to basically soldier on and not focus so much upon the things that aren't working out for you, but be grateful for the things that are working out for you. Because the more happy and positive your thoughts are, the more positive will be the things that you attract into your life. Alright, group number 1, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 2. So if you guys chose this black crystal, let's see what your past life karma was, which just wouldn't let you live peacefully in this life. Alright, so for you we have the 5 of Cups, King of Swords, Judgment, 2 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles in reverse. To start off, you guys were kind of like crybabies, very fussy, very spoiled. You did not take criticism well at all, constructive or otherwise. You had zero tolerance for it. You did also suffer a heartbreak in your past life, and that might have not totally, of course, been responsible for the kind of person that you turned out to be, but sure did have a role to play in the same. You were totally blind to whatever good spiritual nudges Spirit would send your way. Oftentimes, in your act of being very cold and asympathetic towards people, Spirit would sometimes try to help you to see the reality of things and kind of help you out a little bit with self-introspection. But you weren't up for it. You were very, very blindfolded with the persona that you had created for yourself. You thought that that was the best. And sure, sometimes you did be a little conflicted, but it wasn't so much about what's right and what's wrong. It was more about just how much is too much when it comes to me doing things while being fully aware that they're not in the highest good of absolutely anybody. There was a lot of arrogance also associated with you guys. You were very, very arrogant as well. In case anybody would come to you offering help, because see, like I said, you guys did go through something major in your past life, but it wasn't completely responsible for who you were. But in your weaker moments, when people would realize that perhaps you could use a friend and they would approach you, you would like completely shut them down. You weren't responsive. You weren't very receptive to good people, to those good energies. They're all light beings, they were all light beings. They knew what you were going through and that there was some goodness in your heart, because if there was absolutely no goodness in your heart, Spirit wouldn't have tried to awaken it. It was there, which is why Spirit was trying to awaken it. But like I said, you weren't receptive, neither to these inner knowings, inner callings, but also to just good people and the kindness that would come your way. You weren't happy, but you portrayed absolute contentment. Like if someone would look at you, the way you would be living your life, they'd think, oh, this guy's out there living his best life, doesn't need absolutely anyone. But you weren't happy. This and this was just a facade. So you guys were very, very good actors, I would say. Extremely good. Also very good at hiding your pain. You see how emotions and then they're being cut by the King of Swords over here. So you weren't very expressive either. You would just keep on wallowing in your sadness and not be very, very kind, of course, towards people. You weren't, now I wouldn't say that you were an introvert or that you hated people altogether, but I would say that you definitely kept them not even at an arm's distance, maybe more than that. And it's not because, like I said, it's not because you were an introvert or anything. You just thought of yourself, you saw yourself as being above them. You were like, it's not that I don't want to associate with people, it's that I don't want to associate with these people. You see how the two sentences get differentiated on the basis of arrogance? That's what there was with you, group number 2. And the repercussions of that kind of behavior in this life that you might be suffering is that you might have been, or still are, subjected to the same sort of arrogance from people whom you genuinely care about and want to help and talk to. You might have had a lot of difficulty growing up and perhaps even still in making friends. More often than not, the people you have come across in your life, they're the kind of people who are more concerned about your social standing and less about the kind of person that you are. You might not be having a lot of friends for the same reason, group number 2. You can count them on your finger. Or maybe even then, sometimes, group number 2, in this life, even though there might be more than 5-6 people whom you can call friends, but if you sit down to introspect, you'll end up saying to yourself, I don't have any friend. These are just people I hang out with. I don't have any actual, real, take a bullet for you kind of friend. In this life, of course, as a result also, you're very, very humble, very polite, and very grounded. But unfortunately, the people that you meet, the people that you encounter, 8 out of 10 of them are not like that. You might have also had troubles in this life in your relationships where the person that you're interested in would, repeatedly turn down your offer, not be very open, not even so much as give you a chance to actually express your feelings, shut you off right at the onset. Alright, now let's see what else. So we have saboteur, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. This was self-destructive behavior. I mean, feeling sad but not expressing it, just going on wallowing in it, that is self-destructive, and that is who you used to be. And again, undermining others. You thought you were too good for everybody else. As a result, you wouldn't really associate yourself with other people and mingle with them. And then the second card over here is Queen, which says, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So, of course, the controlling and demanding thing fits very well with this over here as well. And like I had mentioned at the onset, that you guys are kind of like, not at all open to criticism. That's what this says over here. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. So you guys did not like answering questions at all. You did not want to be held responsible for anything that you did. You just wanted to do it anyway. Now, of course, in this life, how it is played out is that all the authority figures that you've come into your life so far, or most of them at least, have not been very nice to you for absolutely no fault of yours. You might have been the most punctual worker at your workplace, the person who puts in the maximum effort in group projects, and yet you might have been the person who the boss just for absolutely no reason seems to dislike. And you often come back home and you're like, why the fuck does my boss hate me so much? What is it that I'm doing wrong? The thing is, truth number 2, that in this life, you legit haven't done anything wrong. It's all the baggage from the past. Alright, now let's take a look at any message that Spirit would like to give us for you. I'll be making a separate video on karma cleansing, so make sure to check that out as well. If this reading did not resonate with you, you can always pick another pile or book a personal reading if you'd like. Spirit, is there anything that you would like to say to group number 2? Cosmic gateway, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. That is really good, group number 2. It kind of almost, this reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, where a new and prosperous cycle is about to begin for you. Miraculous changes are occurring. Of course, it's going to be for the good. So whatever it is that you have been facing so far in your life, I'm sure this reading would have helped you to get some answers in that regard. What Spirit is saying that you have a bright future ahead of you. So don't let your troubles hold you down. And with your thoughts are magnetic and powerful, Spirit is advising you to focus on the things that you want, because our thoughts are very, very powerful. They have the capability to attract whatever it is that we're thinking of into our life. If you think negative things, you attract negative things. If you think of positive things and vibe high, you attract positivity into your life. So that's some upliftment from Spirit right there for you, group number 2. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 3. If you guys chose the amethyst, let's see what your past life karma was because of which you're suffering in this life. So for you, we have the 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups, the Hanged Man, 5 of Swords, the High Priestess, and Page of Cups. If I may, group number 3, most of your love life in this lifetime is fucked. Please excuse my potty mouth. Anyway, let's take a look at the reason behind it. It's because in your past life, you did not do right by someone at all. You led them on. You gave them false hopes. You kept stalling and stalling and stalling. They kept waiting and waiting and waiting endlessly. Very, very hopeful. Looking out for that package to arrive. But you being the package, of course, I mean. But you just disappointed them. The fact that you did not take any action towards them, despite repeatedly promising to, you caused them a lot of grief, a lot of disappointment and sadness. You guys might have had a major falling out after that. Or the reason why you kept stalling for this person is because in the past, like in your past life, you were involved with someone else and you had gone through something. You just did not want history to repeat itself. With the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, which is why you just did not think yourself fit to take any action towards this new person. In your heart of hearts, you knew that this other person, this new one, not the one with whom you had something and then it just did not turn out how you would have thought it would, not them, this other one, the one you kept waiting, the one you disappointed. You knew that they were endgame material. You were also aware of how strongly they felt for you and how much they cared for you, and how open and receptive they would have been had you actually expressed your feelings, but you just didn't. And the sad part is, group number 3, that the way you behaved with them was very promising, which is why I said you were so kind to them, you were so good to them, that you led them on, which is why they were sure that you both would get together and settle down and start a family. But when it actually came to delivering, you did none of that. And this person, it's not like they exited your life without a fight. They did put up a fight. They fought for as long as they could, but I mean, with the High Priestess over here, this person, their intuition was bang on, and so was their self-respect. So obviously, even if out of love, they would have tried to give you multiple chances to redeem yourself when they finally saw that it is to no avail and that you're still stuck and not taking any action towards them. They finally put the sword down and they left. And of course, it caused you heartbreak as well, with this guy holding these 3 swords. So it wasn't a happy ending. Definitely not for them, and not for you either, group number 3. You weren't happy with the outcome either. But you just didn't, couldn't, wouldn't give them the love that they deserved. Only because somebody else had broken your heart, and you let your fear get the better of you. This person was very invested in the connection. And with the Page of Cups over here, I won't completely rule out the possibility of you having genuine feelings for them. It's just that you did not, for the love of your life, speak up and take action. I don't know what were you expecting. I'm sure because even you don't know what was up with you in your past life, so even you don't know what you were expecting. Perhaps somehow for things to work out magically by themselves, but that's not how it goes. It takes 2 people to make it work, and unfortunately this person was the only one putting in the effort. You were just stalling. It doesn't matter whether you were a man or a woman in your past life. Whoever your partner was, you weren't there for them. And because this 3 of Wands indicates, waiting for your ships to arrive, why would someone wait for their ships to arrive unless and until they have hope that the ships would arrive? And again, what I'm trying to say with this is that you gave them that hope. There was something about something that you said, or the way you behaved, or the way you made them feel, that led them to the state of being hopeful that you would now come with something solid. But you didn't. And this might have been something that now in this life, group number 3, you experience a lot, where you meet someone, you find them interesting, and after a couple of dates, they just ghost you. Or if it actually does extend beyond more than a few dates, and you're like, oh, now we can actually, make it official, call it a proper relationship, meet each other's friends and things like that, the person starts stalling. And you are left wondering. Which is why I said right off the bat that you haven't had a lot of luck in love. If you have, this is obviously not the pile for you. Let's see what else So we have storyteller, making up tales that harm others. See, now I wouldn't say that your intention was to harm this person. No, I'm not getting that kind of energy from your past self. But you did make up tales, group number 3. You did lead them on. And unintentionally, it did hurt them and it did harm them. When a heart breaks, I mean, you can't. How do you quantify that? You can't. Then we have athlete, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. This is the thing. You just weren't ready to be vulnerable. You weren't ready to open up to this person. And because of your fear, you actually let go of something that had potential to be very, very wonderful. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this person whom you did not do right by is also a part of your current life, and now the tables have turned, because that's how karma works. The tables keep on turning and turning and turning in every life unless and until the karma balances out. So there is a high possibility that whoever has behaved with you like this in this life might be the person with whom you behaved similarly in your past life. I will also be making a video on karma cleansing, so make sure to check that out. For now, let's see what message would Spirit like to give to you. Like I said, if this reading did not resonate, you can always pick another pile or book a personal reading. Spirit, is there anything you would like to say to group number 3? I don't take the cards that flip, I only take the ones that fall out. Spirit, is there any message that you would like to give to group number 3? Voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose. I can't make this up. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. This is something you did not do in your past life. One of the reasons for you stalling could have been your fear of things not working out in you guys' favor. But here's the thing. Take this as a tip for your current life, group number 3. Always, always speak your truth. Don't wallow in your feelings. Let it all out. Be vulnerable. Allow yourself the joy and the sense of freedom and this very happy and light feeling that comes with just saying whatever it is that you want to. What is so bad that can happen? Nothing. So if in this life, by chance, this fear of not opening up, not being vulnerable is still present with you, and you are aware that it is affecting your relationship, although for most of you, I would say that this is something that you experience from the opposite party. But if this tendency to not completely open up, not share your feelings, not express yourself is something that has attached itself to you even in this life, then this is an advice from Spirit. That don't be scared to be vulnerable. Just let it all out. Speak up. Alright, group number 3. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.